I think the confidence has blossomed, and it's gone from being really quite low to something quite high. I mean, an example of that is, for example, when we did our managed learning platform training, or managed learning environment training, whatever you want to call it, where the ICT leader and other people on the technology team, including myself, trained key staff. So we trained the cook and the midday supervisor and the TAs and the teachers. It wasn't just key teachers, it was everybody who had the training initially. And what we were finding is that teaching assistants in particular, who had never touched a computer in their life before, were really quite keen and enthusiastic, particularly with the managed learning environment on Fronter. And they would go home and log on and be visiting the rooms and making comments in the forums and a whole range of different things, something which opened up their world, you know, and therefore they came back feeling confident and happy. And similarly with teachers, because in order to put on a Fronter room, you do need a lot of technical skill, and teachers were able to, I suppose, develop their skills in doing that. Not necessarily with ease, but once they'd got round what it was that they had to do, they were absolutely loving it, you know, and sending each other messages and stickies and putting exciting things on their rooms, and then gradually it all developed. So when we actually rolled it out to the children, teachers were extremely confident about how they would build a particular curriculum room. They're extremely confident about how they would build their own classrooms and what they put in it, and so on and so forth. So the confidence levels have just gone through the roof, really.
We decided to go for our managed learning environment about 18 months ago, and in June last year, senior leadership team were trained up, and we rolled it out to the rest of the school, the staff in the school, in September. So we've been using it now for a good year. We felt it really important to introduce the MLE to engage our children and parents and carers. It's enabled us to build a much better partnership with parents and carers, and to engage the children and take learning beyond the classroom.
Well, there was quite a few courses to go on, but the main thing I think with MLE is actually getting on it and trying it yourself. So sitting in a course and hearing lots of stuff about it doesn't really compare to actually getting on the system and working things out for yourself. Yeah, it's a different system, it's not the same as using Microsoft packages, but you do get used to it, and just trying it out has really helped us. And it was hard at the beginning to set up the school in terms of the different all different hallways, corridors and different rooms we wanted, and then we decided we didn't want those rooms. So it's been quite a learning curve, but we're definitely getting there, and we've got some good information up there for parents and people working in the school.
It helps me as a teacher because I know staff meetings, what's going on, any kind of things like that. It does help us inform the parents. At the moment with our new reception lot, we haven't currently started rolling it out to them, but I know last year a lot of my parents were looking at it. I could write notes to them, I could remind them when trips were, because parents, they get home all these pieces of paper and they don't always read it, whereas on the computer they were taking note.
Well, from my point of view, I think it started off as a great way to communicate with other members of staff. I mean, we're such a big school, and it's a good way of sort of guarantee that messages get across the whole school. So we started off with the sending stickies to each other, which was a great way for us to get familiar with the system, and we still use that now. And then that's developed into sort of looking at the calendar, then setting up forums for each of the areas in the school and classes.
Where it has benefited me in particular, as part of my extended schools coordinator role, I do have to survey the children across the school. So rather than having 600 pieces of paper, I gave them ICT sessions, those that couldn't do it at home, and it collated the data for me instantly and enabled me to sort of produce a report, and I thought that was really fantastic as well.
The last year or so we've had quite an intensive development of MLE, as it's affectionately known, the managed learning environment Fronter, and that's taken the whole interactive learning phase, if you like, a huge stage further, because it's not just about sending each other stickies. It's not just about having that front page there. It's about going beneath that and actually uploading homework for the children, being able to engage them in fun and friendly front pages, classrooms, virtual classrooms. The teachers all have a virtual staff room where we can go and chat. So it's brought several elements of what's out there in the big wide world into the school.
Having a managed learning environment within school through Front has been phenomenal. It's revolutionised the way that the school operates.